Hello everyone, I'm finally ready to start working on the Piaggio Porter. This is gonna be video number 1 of the conversion series, and before we start doing anything inside the van we want to prep it, and I need to work on some rust that's concentrated around the doors of the Porter. So we're gonna grind that up, fill it up, and then varnish it on top. So I grinded the metal around the rust, and as you can see, it's a lot. It's not great. It's worse than what I thought it would be, and there's still rust behind it. So I went and got this brush to put on the drill, and hopefully it should fit, but I'm afraid it's gonna scratch all of this part as well. So anyway, I'm gonna try and see if I can get rid of that rust over there as well, and if I can't, then I will cut this piece here, and then hopefully try and patch it up with some fiberglass. And you know, you're probably thinking this is not the best solution. It would probably be best to either weld it or change the part, but that is expensive. I don't know how to weld, so I'm gonna attempt and try and see if this can work. If not, I'm gonna bring it in to somebody that knows what they are doing. I'm ready to go ahead and apply the anti-rust agent, or the rust converter, to the piece, and I wasn't able to sand it down to metal over there because it's really a hard place to reach. So I really hope that that's gonna help with the rust spreading. This is how the right side of the van is looking, and as you can see, it's not great. They had already tried to patch this thing up, but the rust has eaten everything behind it, so I had to remove everything, and I don't know what to do with this. I might go and buy some kind of mesh to rebuild this part, but yeah, I'm a little bit clueless, so tonight I'm gonna do some research on what's the best thing to do. Good morning everyone. So I'm ready to start filling the holes. For the left side of the van, I'm just gonna use metal filler. Hopefully it's gonna do the job, and then for the other side there's a much bigger gap, so I need to work with some fiberglass fabric, and I might need to add some kind of hard support for that, but I'm gonna start with the easier side. And first come first, anytime that you work with resins or chemicals in general, you gotta protect yourself. So you've got a respirator, got gloves, and glasses. been working on this rust issue for a lot longer than I want to admit, and I think I'm just gonna start using the paint, the filler, and then the paint. I did what I could with the fiberglass paste, and I sanded it down, and I mean, it's not perfect, but anyway, it's in a spot that is not that visible, and the paint for the actual Piaggio Porter is impossible to find. I've been to so many places, and so the paint is not gonna match the color anyway, so I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna get it done. If it doesn't look perfect, that's okay. It was my first time trying. You can definitely see the imperfections, but honestly, I'm not that mad at it. It's not looking too bad. The preparation for the van conversion is finally done, and I must admit it took me 2 and longer months to get this done, because it was just a very frustrating job to do, and I had to go to the shop so many times to get things that I didn't have, and I just did not enjoy this part very much. And as you might have seen, there's still some rust on the bottom of the Porter, but I cannot be bothered at the moment to tackle that, so I will do that in a later stage. And I reapplied the seal, but I actually need to get a new one, because I think this is the reason why there was so much rust down there. It's because the seal wasn't sealing properly, so I need to get a new one of those. But anyway, I'm so happy that this job is done, and of course it's not perfect, it's not gonna last forever. Eventually I will need to change it or weld it, but for now it will last hopefully a few years, fingers crossed. And the next video is gonna be all about insulation, and actually I wanted to ask you advice on bitumen floor, because I have still some bitumen floor on the van that I would like to remove, but it's really sticky. So if anybody knows a good way to remove the bitumen flooring from the van, then do let me know. I've tried several things and nothing seems to be working. But before I let you go, I wanted to give a super quick shout out to one of my favorite sponsors, which is Skillshare. Skillshare is an online community with thousands of online classes and members across 150 countries who come together to find inspiration and take the next step in their creative journey. Whether you're into videography, creative writing, baking, or even dancing, there will be something for you on Skillshare. Skillshare is not only for learning creative skills, there's also loads of more practical classes. For example, if this summer you wanted to go for a little road trip but know nothing about cars, and maybe you're a bit worried about what could happen on the road, then I would highly suggest taking the class The Beginner Car Maintenance for Women, Learn How to Care for Your Car. from Galmatic. She shares car maintenance tips as well as some safety precautions that you can take while driving, and also it teaches you how to change a tire, which is super important. Honestly, I'm so surprised by how many of my friends don't know how to change a tire. They don't know how to check the levels of oil and add oil, and that's just so important to know as we all drive. And I feel as women, we often are reluctant to learn from those things because they're often taught by men, and they might use a language that we don't exactly understand, so we might feel foolish, and so we just shut off. Whilst in this video, it's a lady talking, and she talks a very simple language, so she gives you really useful information, makes you more confident without overwhelming you, which is what we want. The platform is ad-free, so you can stay in the zone while you're exploring new skills, and new premium classes are launched each week, so there's always something new to discover. I wouldn't be surprised if the next time I log in there's gonna be a van conversion class. The first 1,000 people to use the link in the description will get 1 month free trial of Skillshare. So thank you so much for watching. The next video is probably gonna be about installation. I think I got most of the materials that I need, and so stay tuned for that. And again, if you have any tips on the bitumen floor, how to remove them, then please do let me know, because they're driving me crazy. And I shall see you very soon. Bye!